Namaste, welcome, good morning. So I'm back again. I was 2 weeks sick with COVID in bed, and now I'm better again. And I want to do a sequence I was doing every day because I didn't had much energy to do some yoga. But this sequence I'm gonna share with you was giving me fresh energy to heal myself better. So come and lie down. We go lying down, starting. And then bending your knees one by one. Maybe have a little soft cushion under your head. And then bringing your right ankle on the left. And then you bring your both legs together, like closer to your chest. That's like what we call the eye through the needle. So you go through the space in between your legs, that's the eye, and then you catch your leg and pull it to you. And I start maybe first like this, and then later I go like this to stretch a little bit more the hamstring too. But that's also depends on you, how long your legs are. If you have long legs, it's much harder, or you have very short arms, it's also harder. So you can use a belt or a shawl to use it. And then most of the times I was opening my other arm to give space for my lungs. So I will tell you a little bit my experience about COVID. Uh, First, I'm not vaccinated because I'm a little bit like looking the cat out of the tree. That's a Dutch saying. So I was, a little bit skeptical. First, see how all the trials get around it, and see what's with this new technique going on long term. But that's my, and also my feeling was like, no, I don't like this one. If it was old, then probably I would take it. But now I don't have to take it anymore because now I already have it or had it. And so first when I get sick and I get the test positive back, and then right that moment that the test is positive, I went into fear because I only was hearing the words of the yoga, like, oh, people who are not vaccinated go on to the hospital and to the EC emergency, and also friends who are really pro vaccinating. They also say to me like, yeah, you get really sick, maybe you're dying and stuff like that. So I went in that fear mind, and that's why it getting worse. You feel worse, you are alone, and you are not daring to call people because then you get the finger, I told you so. So you're completely all alone. Only some friends who are also not vaccinated. But because that fear, I go contracting completely my chest, my arms, and then the fever. You get really, really tired from, so you cannot do anything, and you feel very like you get uh, not to have enough oxygen because you hear that all the time. But I started to think, okay, no, I have to be here in the moment, just observing what's going on. And every time when I get this panic attack, I was breathing through my nose, and my nose was blocked because all the mucus, and the mucus is really tight, really hard is really, yeah, it's hard to get rid of. So both nostrils are completely full, so you cannot breathe through your nose. But my body was not getting a signal to go breathing through my mouth or something. So I really get like, I cannot breathe, I cannot breathe. So then I would think, oh, what can I do to clear this? Because you never read that what you can do when you have it. So I start to steam 3 times a day, steaming, and going with the salt water, the nety pot, and then a lot of mucus came out, and then you have again space to breathe. And then also I called my neighbor to get me some medicine to get the mucus a little bit softer, and also to have a nostril spray. And yeah, there was not like homeopathic or something really, really good medicine. And that was helping me a lot. So I had a lot of that. So now from here, from eye to the needle, you let your leg going over it, and then you twisting to the left. So you really give now space for the lungs. So when I started to do yin after this 3 days of panic attacks and having a really, yeah, cold, and the fever went down, I could do more yin. So I did a lot of opening. In the beginning, lying down on your back was also like a kind of like you get stuck in the breath. So with a little bit more cushions under the head, it was better. And then I did it like in the afternoon, because in the afternoon you get feeling more sicker. The energy is going out of your system. And still, although I felt much better, you're still having this panic, because with this illness, with the COVID, they have like in 14 days, then you get the Swiss that your immune system start to go and attack you and getting all these bad things, and that's why people go to the hospital. So you're still having in this 14 days, today it's 14 days ago, you're still having this fear, like all this fear, what they say on the media, that you can still end up in the hospital, and on the, you say it's just after 14 days. So still you're waiting, like, whoa, I don't know, I feel good, but still you have like, I'm still having a little cough, and I still have a little bit of, yeah, like mucus in my nose. So this fear around it and this panic around it makes everything worse. So with sharing this, I hope I can I can help people when you have it, that not everybody goes to the hospital, and that it's like a normal flu, like a griep in Dutch. And now we are not used to get sick anymore. Like in that way, like when we get sick, we have the idea we go dying and we have to go to the hospital. So after, when I looked all the symptoms and the suffering, was a little bit like the flu, like you get once in a couple of years, the flu, sometimes a little bit more, and sometimes you're only one day and you can go to work again. And now also, like normally when the COVID was not there, then probably after a week I will already went to teaching. because you are not contagious anymore after 10 days. So you are able to teach. But now, when you're still having a little bit cough, you're still having a little bit of mucus, you don't go. And also the fear, you still have this in this 14 days, you can end up into the hospital. But of course, in these 14 days, you get sicker and sicker, the people who go to the hospital. So I get better and better, but still that mindset of this collecting fear is around, and also a little bit the judgment of the people around that you're not vaccinated. It's a huge thing. So now from here, you slowly you turn back to your spine. You let go, you step with the right back, and then you twisting over to your right. And you lie down on your side, and with your left hand catching your left ankle, and then pull on it, and then you roll a little bit back. So you come in deer pose, lay back. So it's a deer pose, lay back. Target area, it's the front, the area of the meridian of the stomach and spleen. As I wanted to do something about the stomach and spleen, long and large intestine, because they are a loop, they are working together. So working with the twist on long energy mostly, and then working on the stomach and spleen. Because the symptoms I had was also, I had a lot of diarrhea, lots of diarrhea. I had really badly, and no appetite at all. And when I was eating one piece, then it already came almost out, like you have to go and throwing up. And I get my period, and I get really big bleedings. Very, yeah, like, and another girl who also got it in the same time like me, so probably we got it in a yoga class I was teaching, and she had the same like me, also these bleedings, although she didn't had bleedings anymore because she's like in the overgang. So, but she could also this huge of blood losing and diarrhea and nothing want to eat and drink. And I really forced myself to eat and drink. And because I knew I have to do that, because otherwise I get so weak. And yeah, so that's really hard when you're alone, when you're sick and bad and you don't have energy to go to the kitchen to catch and to make food. But I knew I need to do that. So that were symptoms. I had also like a kind of pain behind my eyes, like a starting headache. So I heard also people have enormous headaches, but gladly it was just a little pain behind my eyes. So that's why I couldn't work on the computer or looking movies or something, and it was very hard. And then I think the second night I get also, when I was lying down, a lot of mucus and pain in my mouth. I had like a kind of, not pain in my throat, but pain in my mouth. So I had this calendula toothpaste. So I put it a lot in my mouth. It feels like it's clearing up, and most of the times that went better. So I had a lot of that in my mouth all the time. And then I could sleep. And then I had the nose spray that was also very helping. So make sure you have a nose spray in your home. So when you get sick, you have it. So it's really helping to have not that experience of uh, stroking, that you don't get air. And then all the symptoms get less and less and less. And now I still having a little bit of mucus. So timer went, so slowly you go with your weight to your right, so you can move the left forwards and turn back to your spine, and then we do the other side. So this sequence was nice because you're lying down all the time, so you don't have to do much. You don't have to do much work. And this one is for the hip rotators, extra rotation, and you practice in the meridian of the gallbladder and liver. And most of the times that's releasing some bad feelings, like you are getting more positive, smiling at life when the hips are more open. So that was also giving more energy to go on and not being in fear. And then I like to stretch my leg to work also on the backside of the leg, to work on the urinary bladder and kidney, to come more into the trust. So the other arm I open already to give space for the lungs. And yeah, my anger was a little bit more about the media, which you only hear about vaccinating. Everybody needs to vaccinate. That's the only way. But I was thinking, why we don't hear in these talk shows and programs, when you have it, what you can do to have less suffering. Good. I think a lot of people having this instinct what to do, but still, it's nice to hear that all the time, or reading that all the time, what to do when you have it. Like to take something to get the mucus softer, like a coughing drink or some medicine, to steam baths, going with the salt water to the nose, the nety pot. And this nose spray was really helpful. And I also heard that when the headaches are very much, and normally you take a paracetamol, but that's not helping. It's only suppress the symptoms, so you better cannot take that one. But the aspirin is better to take. So gladly I didn't have that much pain that I had to take it. So I didn't take it. But that's also something that you need to know. So no paracetamol, but aspirin when you have COVID. and stay eating, because the body needs energy, especially when the days, I think I heard a lot of people who are 3 days having fever, high fever. So then you probably eat almost nothing, but just little soups, like the old fashioned. My mother always made the chicken soup, so that's something that's very, very important for me. When I'm sick, I need to have chicken soup, like a medicine. Although you don't want to kill the animals for it, but yeah, and I really be grateful and thanking the chicken to help me to get better. And then we go flowing into the twist. So you glide with your leg over the other and you roll to the right. You're opening the left to create more space for the lungs. What I did also a lot was visualizing healing power. Like I always visualize golden light flowing through my organs. So I visualize like there's golden light flowing through my lungs. Just visualize the breath, its golden light, healing power flowing through every cell in the body to you. And also what I used was singing mantras. Because I'm not a singer, I'm not so musical, with one mantra I know what I can sing is Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And the three shantis are for peace. And I was thinking peace with the virus, peace for all the cells and the virus around us, and then peace for everybody, everywhere. And I can sing a little bit for you. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then slowly you turn back. You step with the left over the right back. You come back in the center, and then you're twisting over to the left. You lie down on your side with your right and catch your right foot. And then bringing your foot all the way backwards. So you ending in a deer pose, lay back. So target area, the front. Good. So then one more thing, what I did, and that's something what you read on internet, is the supplements. So the supplements, of course, the vitamin C and zinc, and then the creatine, and then the vitamin D, and I use a multivitamin that everything was in. Normally I take that maybe once a week or once in 2 weeks. So now I take it every day. And then I get from a friend the ivermectine, this medicine to get rid of parasites. And I take that too for a couple of days. So I don't know if it was helping or not, but I was thinking, yeah, I read a good stories about it, especially in India. There were very good recipe of it. So then I was thinking, yeah, I can try it. So I take all this vitamins and minerals and the ivermectine, if I pronounce it good. So that's the practice and the supplements and the things what you can do when you have it. And my biggest experience was this fear and panic that I really get from all the message from the media. So I think if I didn't have that, then it was not so scary. It was just like a flu. But maybe I'm lucky and I'm ben er goed vanaf gekomen. I don't know how to express it in English. Because there are, of course, many more who are more sicker than me. And there are more and more people who get almost not sick. So it's a very strange thing. Everything is possible. So don't go into the fear. Just see what you can do and stay in the moment. Oh yeah, one more thing I did was the days, the nights when I was really sick. Um, had the pain in the nose and my mouth um, was getting worse, and then I boiled a lot of water so I get a lot of steam and in the air. So that was also helping. So when there's dry air, you get more pain and it's getting worse. So when there is more, not sure it's more. I cannot the name of the what I wanted to say, but just make sure there is a lot of water in the air. Just to name it like this. Okay, so after this, just resting a little bit to experience the flow of chi and blood circulation. Just feel this healing power. And then you can stay longer or close the class with me to stretch and bend and turn to your side. And then I want to thank you so much to doing the class with me and listening to my journey of COVID. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. And stay in trust, stay believing that everything's going to be fine. Thank you so much. Namaste.